Welcome to Us Crazy Christians, where we uncover Christian myths and Bible misinterpretations with common sense Christianity. I'm your host, William E. Smith. The difference between God's love for us and how we love other people. And I remember it being taught to me from the pulpit that God's love is unconditional and we should strive to have that same unconditional love for other people. But I was thinking about God's unconditional love because, again, I'm trying to step my own love game up and I want to be better at it. And so I am thinking, man, I want to have unconditional love too. And I started to think about exactly what does unconditional mean? Unconditional means there are absolutely no circumstances or conditions we can find ourselves in where God does not love us. There's nothing we can do to take that love away, to make it go away, to push it away. He never loses it for us. It is unconditional, means it has no conditions. Now, out of the same pulpit, I hear that God has unconditional love for us. I hear stuff like, you can piss God off. God is mad at you. He turns away from sin. If you sin, God turns his back on you. God can't look on sin. I hear, you be cursed and God, you separated from God. Just, all kind of stuff like that. Now, that doesn't sound like unconditional love. So let me ask this or present this in a form of a question. Because I'm not telling you what to think or what to believe. And I try never to do that in these videos. But I just want to present something to you and let you use your own common sense Christianity to try to figure it out for yourself. Now, if God created us and then we've been adopted, we're sons, he has given us the keys to the kingdom. He has given us dominion over the earth. All of this is scriptural. The Bible also says he rested. I don't believe there's any scripture saying that he decided not to rest anymore, that he had more work to do. But is it possible that God stepped back, that he had trust in us, which is one of the fruits of the Spirit, faith in us? So anyway, is it possible that he actually stepped back and gave us dominion? Is it possible that he actually stepped back and gave us the keys to the kingdom? If he gave us the keys, did he actually give us the kingdom? So, with that in mind, is it also possible that we are responsible for the things that happen in our lives? God is a creator. We are his children. Are we creators as well? Could we be creating and manifesting our own lives around us, our own circumstances, situations, etc.? Do we manifest it, pull it towards ourselves? Are we reaping what we sowed, like the scripture says over and over again? We reap what we sow. Are we planting seeds and reaping the fruit from the seeds we planted? With that in mind, we have a tendency to be a little schizophrenic in our Christianity. And I'm sympathetic to it. I understand it. I've been that way. And I think a lot of us are that way because we also feel like God is that way. Just like we feel that God may be rested, but yet and still we think he's controlling everything that goes on with our life. We hear God gave us the keys to the kingdom, yet we want to ask God for everything like little kids. We feel like God told us to go and take dominion. We see that in the scriptures, but then we got to say, God, is it okay to marry this person? Is it okay to take this job? It's schizophrenic. It's confusing. And so when we see the scriptures seemingly contradicting each other and coming against each other and having different opinions about God from their viewpoints, it can be a little confusing. We have to faith our way around it and try to overlook some things, which is kind of the reason I started this channel, so we can use some common sense Christianity and get past that. Because I did that myself for many years and I saw that it really didn't serve me. And I see it not serving a lot of you. But if we can believe that we are in charge, if we could just play with that idea, would it make a little more sense about God having unconditional love to us? Let me explain. So, we can do bad or we can do good. We can choose good situations or bad situations. We can have a pessimistic attitude or mindset or an optimistic attitude or mindset. It's up to us. And God doesn't care. Not in a uncaring way, but in a, I have faith in you, my child. What do you want? That is what I want to give you. So God doesn't judge what we want or how we are. He just gives us more of how we are. He gives us more of what we seemingly want. My pastor used to say, hey, you don't get what you desire. You get what you focus on. Because when we focus on it, our spirit, our subconscious, or God, depends on how, do you believe it's God giving us these things and giving us these blessings, or did God give us the ability to do it ourselves? Either way, most of us Christians believe it's God. Wrong with that. So if God is answering our prayers, why do we get good things and we get bad things? Is it because God doesn't judge whether the thing we want is good or bad? He just says, son, daughter, what do you want? And he gives us that. Whatever our emotions are tied to, our imaginations, our feelings, our thoughts, the stuff we focus on, he says, they keep focusing on it. That must mean what they want. And he gives it to us. Think about it. When you're dating, a romantic person will look at you and watch you and see what grabs your attention, what grabs your eye, what do you think about, what do you focus on? And when they see you stare at that necklace, they say, oh, she likes that necklace. When they see you picking up little kittens all the time, and you want, every time you see a kitten, you melt, they say, oh, she likes kittens. Let me get her a kitten. You see your man and he loves hamburgers with bacon. And you're like, oh my God, he loves steaks. You're like, I'm gonna cook him a steak. You see what they're focusing on, what grabs their attention, what moves them. And you wanna go out your way to give it to them. You don't judge whether it's good or not, whether that hamburger with that bacon is good for them or not. That's not your job. Now, if you're loving them, you wanna give them what they want. Maybe that is God's unconditional love for us. He says, I am not going to judge you. Whatever you want, that's what I'm going to give to you. Whatever you seeds you plant, I'm going to give you the fruit from those seeds. I'm going to, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're focusing on, he's watching you and he says, man, your attention is on that. That must be what you want. Let me give it to you. I don't have the answer for that. It's something I just thought about today and I thought it was interesting. Could that be what true unconditional love is? Let it marinate, pray about it. Give me your opinion in the comments. Hey, thanks for watching us Crazy Christians. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're a returning guest and haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's free. Plus, hit the notifications bell to be notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching us Crazy Christians. Until next time, be blessed.